Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to the TTV News with some last events in our province, and now we come into details. Ladies and gentlemen, on the morning of January the 18th of 2023, the delegation of TayNinhTV Province led by Secretary Provincial Party Committee and Chairman of Provincial People's Council Nguyễn Thành Tâm visited and wished New Year's Eve to units of Provincial Armed Forces. Visiting and wishing Tet holidays to the Provincial Police, the Provincial Border Guard Command, the Provincial Military Command, on behalf of the provincial leaders, Mr. Nguyễn Thành Tâm, Secretary Provincial Party Committee, Chairman Provincial People's Council, recognized and evaluated, highly appreciate the achievements that the armed forces units have achieved in the past year, maintaining political security, the social order and safety, contributing to ensuring a peaceful and stable environment, serving the development of the country as well as the development of the province in particular. Secretary Provincial Party Committee Nguyễn Thành Tâm hopes that in the new year, with a spirit of initiative and creativity, the units will continue to promote the achieved results, overcome difficulties, continue to pay attention to building a solid force politically, professionally, to serve the missions of training and combat readiness, continue to coordinate well in ensuring political security and social order and safety in the country as well as on the border area. At the 5th Infantry Division of Military Region 7, Secretary Provincial Party Committee Nguyễn Thành Tâm has highly appreciated the coordination between the units and the party committee, the authority and the local forces in the province, contributing to consolidating and strengthening the relationship of solidarity and closeness between the army and the people on the occasion. On the occasion of the New Year of the Rabbit in 2023, the Secretary Provincial Party Committee wishes the leaders, officials and soldiers on the armed forces units to welcome the New Year joyfully and excitedly, continue to reap more achievements in the New Year, and especially performing well the task of being ready to fight against the crimes to ensure the peace for the people, enjoying the Spring and the Death Festival. And in the evening of January the 17th of 2023, the Provincial Party Committee, the People's Council, the People's Committee, the Vietnam Thailand Front Committee of the TayNinhTV Province had met with businesses. Attending the meeting, there were Mr. Phạm Hùng Thái, Permanent Deputy Secretary, Provincial Party Committee, Head of the Delegation of the National Assembly of the TayNinhTV Province, Mr. Nguyễn Thanh Ngọc, Chairman of the Provincial People's Committee. Mr. Nguyễn Thanh Ngọc, Chairman of the TayNinhTV Provincial People's Committee, informed the businesses that in 2022, until the COVID-19 pandemic has been basically controlled, TayNinhTV still faces certain difficulties. In addition to determination and efforts of the entire political system of the province, the joint responsibility and companion efforts of the business community have greatly contributed to the overall achievement of the province. TayNinhTV has achieved and exceeded 19 socio-economic targets. Many growth indicators have quite impressive. Chairman of TayNinhTV Provincial People's Committee Nguyễn Thanh Ngọc, on behalf of the provincial leaders, acknowledged and warmly praised the efforts of on-level sectors, localities, and the business community, which have made important contribution to the achievements of the province in 2022. And Chairman of the Provincial People's Committee Nguyễn Thanh Ngọc also believes that, with the spirit and energy, determination, enterprises continue to make the efforts to overcome difficulties, produce and do business effectively. Chairman of the Provincial People's Committee affirmed that provincial leaders and authorities at all levels will always accompany the business community and will promptly remove difficulties and create the most favorable conditions for the businesses to thrive sustainably so that TayNinhTV is always an attractive destination for domestic and as well as foreign investors. And on January the 18th, the Grassroots Youth Union of the Mobile Police Department organized activities to celebrate the Lunar New Year of the year 2023 for the union members and the youth of the unit. Participating in the activities, there was also the Youth Union of the radio and television station. With interesting and impressive activities such as exchanges and folk games, making a bánh tét and organizing volleyball exchanges, organized a mini soccer tournament. The activities are aimed at practical purposes to create an atmosphere and an exciting emulation movement among the union members to celebrate the 75th anniversary of President Ho Chi Minh's birthday with 6 teachings to the people's public security and the 75th anniversary of President Ho Chi Minh's appeal for the patriotic emulation. And in the afternoon of January the 17th, the Literature and Art Association coordinated with the Association of Agent Orange Snatching Victims and the Department of Culture, Sports and Tourism to organize a cultural program in response to the emulation movement, didn't command hands for the poor, leaving no one behind.
With the theme String of Love, Date of Sharing, the program offers performances such as Male Solo Song Where Did You Die, performed by Triệu Cát Tư, Folk Song of Cargo Sharing Pain, performed by Đặng Phượng, along with a number of performances with content to celebrate the party and celebrate the Lunar New Year 2023. Through the cultural program, the organizers gave 40 gifts worth 40 million Việt Nam đồng to the victims and their families of Agent Orange Dozen victims. This is also an activity to celebrate the traditional day of the Vietnam Association of Agent Orange Dozen Victims Association on January 10. In the afternoon of January 17, 2023, every maintenance branch, in collaboration with the People's Committee of Trung Hoa Khmer Miêu, organized the handling over of House of Rights Unity for near-poor households in the Khmer Miêu. The house was given by Mr. Châu Thành Long's family. Born in 1970, living in Trung Cửu Hamlet, Trung Hoa Khmer Miêu, Mr. Long's family belongs to a local near-poor household. The total construction cost is 80 million Việt Nam đồng, of which every maintenance supports 50 million Việt Nam đồng. The rest is deducted from the fund for the poor in Hoa Thanh Thao.
And ladies and gentlemen, the information from Sunwell Padang Mountain during Lunar New Year of the Rabbit in 2023, Padang Mountain National Tourist Area will increase its operating time to serve a large number of the people and tourists coming to visit and worship. Accordingly, Padang Mountain National Tourist Area will be open all day and all night to serve the residents and visitors, especially so that the people and tourists can visit and admire the magical spiritual space simmering by the lighting system designed according to the modern technology. Particularly, the mountaintop area will be open from 5 a.m. to 10 p.m. and Barbacoa area will be open for 22 hours a day. Along with that, throughout the dead holiday, the resort also maintains art performances and folklore times imbued with the identity of the land to serve the visitors, and these activities will last from January the 23rd of the second day of the Lunar New Year to the end of February the 5th each year to the January 15th of the lunar calendar. After that, these activities will continue to be maintained on the weekends until the end of February of 2023.
With the theme Scent and Beauty of TayNinhTV, the Spring Festival of Padang Mountain Spring of Lunar New Year 2023 will open on January 25th on the floor of the Lunar New Year with many exciting and unique activities. This year, the opening ceremony of the Spring Festival is invested with great investment, promising to open a jubilant Spring Festival season lasting throughout January. This year, the opening ceremony of the Spring Festival will be started with an exciting lion and dragon performance and the opening ceremony of drumming, which will be held at the square in front of the gate of the largest Padang station in the world. Visitors will enjoy a special arts program with the participation of famous artists and traditional arts performances such as folk songs, gong tree dance, tree drum dance, and lively and modern repertoire. The highlight of this year's Spring Festival will be the first high-altitude fireworks display held on the top of the mountain.
And ladies and gentlemen, the area of Hào Đức Commune was formerly a rice-growing area of Châu Thành District in province. In order to have a higher income, many farmers switched to growing vegetables, some of which choose the white tuberose as a cultivar for converting. And there was a time when the area of tuberose land in the whole commune increased to nearly 100 hectares. But this year, Lunar New Year, tuberose crop, the area decreased sharply, and the supply decreased accordingly. It is predicted that the price of tuberose will be at a high level. The white lily tuberose variety originating from Hào Đức Commune has been around for more than 20 years, with a popular flowers among consumers and it is a meaningful display offering, especially in places of worship or during the Death Festival. Particularly, Hào Đức lilies are grown and consumed a lot during the Lunar New Year to the full moon of January for every year. And Mr. Nguyễn Tấn Võ families in Trường Hamlet, Hào Đức Commune, previously only cultivated rice and then vegetables, but more than 10 years ago, when the lily tuberose started to gain a foothold in the locality, He started planting and cultivating for 2,000 to 3,000 square meters, and gradually the area increased to 12,000 square meters per year. He says that in recent seasons, the weather has been unfavorable for the growth of lily plants, and for diseases of flower plants have been more frequent. The fertilizer prices and labor costs also increased. But he still hopes that lily prices will also increase during the Lunar New Year. And in the same locality, Mr. Nguyễn Văn Hòa also switched from cultivating traditional plants to lily. For more than 10 years with this flower variety, his last crop was not completely satisfactory, but minus the cost, he still made a profit of several tens of millions of Vietnam dong per 5,000 square meter. And continuing this dead lily crop, the cost of cultivating for 5,000 square meter in the commune is higher, but the area planted to lily in the commune has decreased, and the supply has decreased also. He predicts that the price of lilies will be higher than last year that if compared with other flowers for the Tết, lily tuberose is very popular with the people and selling at a higher price. Joining the cooperative group is easier to consume for the lilies. Mr. Phan Văn Hùng also lives in the same locality, has been growing lilies since 1999. The first lily grower here confirmed that if you lack experiences and a little knowledge of how to grow the flowers, the lily may get sick, and the flowers will get shy or turn yellow, reduce the quality, and difficult to sell or consume. But it is a kind of labor-intensive crop, but the profit is 3 to 4 times higher than that of rice. And this year, lily crop only planted for 1 hectare. For getting a lot of experiences, he was able to limit pathogens by drying tubers, soaking tubers in warm water before planting, and his lily tuberose fields usually produce flowers evenly and stably. Lily tuberose interest rate is very high. 1 hectare will reach for 70% and sell for 3 to 400 million Vietnam dong, and if normally, it can also sell to 200 million Vietnam dong. I have just planted and purchased wholesale and retail tenants to Saigon, and ready I plant and then buy it. By the termites I deliver, and the price of lily tuberose this year is very high due to the small quantity this year. And the cooperative group for planting and purchasing lilies in Hậu Đức Commune established in 2019 now has 18 members, planting more than 10 hectares of lilies compared to the previous year. But since its establishment, the Lily Cultivation Cooperative Group has been interested by the local authorities and mass organizations because it is a special agricultural product for the traditional Tết holiday, creating the job and increasing the income for many farmers. And the Farmer Association at all levels continue to pay attention and support for the cooperative. By 2019, the Commune People's Committee deployed to the cooperative group to plant and purchase lilies tuberoses, and when the association developed, the household had dared to invest in small lily plants, and how the commune is interested in many branches and superiors about lily tuberose, which is the main plants for the annual Lunar New Year season. And the District Farmer Association is evaluating and considering the financial support for materials, techniques to meet the needs of the farmers in the area. How the white lily tuberose has present in market in Ho Chi Minh City and some neighboring localities also. Many lily tuberose growers here intend to specialize in this special variety, and the people are used to the atmosphere of planting lilies for the Tết and saving flowers for the Tết and harvesting flowers at all on the day before Tết. And the lily growers also hope that the functional sector will support for find solutions to prevent and treat diseases for lily tuberose plants, so that the farmers of growers of lily tuberose can feel secure to develop a sustainable lily tuberose growing model. And that's all for the TTV News today. Thank you for joining us and see you next time.